I'm Janelle, and this is how I see equality. Since earning my master's degree from Shanghai Jiao University, I've been working as a teacher at China Welfare Institute Children's Palace. Currently, I teach an international understanding course, a program that I developed myself for students in grades 4 through 9. As both a beneficiary of education and a teacher, I've always believed in the transformative power of education. I mean, look at me. If I hadn't studied so hard at your age, I wouldn't be standing here today. For the longest time, I credit all of this to my own hard work. But it wasn't until I traveled to Kenya did I truly realize how much I owe to the educational opportunities that I've had. Now, I'm not downplaying the importance of personal effort, which is very crucial at every stage of your life. What I want to highlight, though, is the stark disparities in educational opportunities across the world. Last summer, while leading students across Kenya's wild savannas to study biodiversity, I came across a different kind of ecosystem, one far more urgent and complex. On July 9, 2024, within just a few hours, I found myself standing in two completely different worlds. That morning, we stepped into Garden School Kenya, a grassroots sanctuary for students, for children that were forgotten by the society. There were orphans, survivors of abuse, and kids that left to faint on the streets. This non-profit haven also offers non-formal education to awaken the potential buried beneath their trauma. And here are glimpses of that day through my lens. And by the way, I'm not a very, qualified enough photographer. After a brief tour, a local volunteer teacher and I co-taught a lesson. Then came the welcome ceremony at a weathered hall. Students of all ages took the stage, twirling travel dances and tumbling through acrobatics, as you can see, and then belting out China's hit song, Lonely Warrior. You may guess the Chinese name of this song? 孤勇者, with startling clarity. And they even recited Tang Dynasty poetry and the three-character classic, Sensitive. We clapped, we sang along, we danced together, but deep down I felt a pang of shame, and somehow I couldn't explain why. And the shame deepened that afternoon when I entered Brookers International School. Their teacher held advanced degrees. Our students talk about biodiversity with the ease of future diplomats. And a faculty member even welcomed us in fluent Mandarin, her words polished by years of study in China. And the children there performed too, singing folk songs and dancing with a kind of confidence that comes from knowing that cameras are watching, because yes, reporters were there, capturing every moment for the local news. And to be honest, we had no idea they were reporters. We thought they were just, school staff trying to shoot for the enrollment advertisement, and we didn't prepare specifically for this big event. And here's a clip of the local news. Anyway, it's just a
to enhance their culture in order to attract tourists and other global visitors in the belief that will enhance biodiversity. In an event that saw a delegation from China attend a cultural exchange day, speakers emphasized the importance of global understanding and cultural appreciation while expressing their commitment to hosting more students in the future. To further these goals, the event was held at the Brookhouse International School in Arlington, in Nairobi.
Today we had a foreign exchange program where we had some people from China, some students visit us.
So basically, it's like one city with two schools, a chasm wider than the Great Valley itself. In music, the magic lies not in the notes alone, but in the silences between them. But Kenya taught me that the symphony of education is shattered by those silences. The UN tells us that 1 in 5 African children never set foot in a classroom. The numbers don't plead. The numbers don't show you the beautiful faces of its children, their bright eyes and their quiet homes. Equality isn't about handing out the same tool. It's about lighting the same fire in every heart. Malala said, "One child, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world." But I would like to add this. True change begins when schools stop being lonely islands and become bridges where privilege and poverty meet to exchange stories. So what do? We refuse to paint poverty as noble or privilege as poison. We must remember that every classroom, whether under a thatch roof or solar panel ceiling, holds galaxies of what if. As I close, I leave you with this question. What bridges will you build between the worlds you've seen and the worlds you've been given? Because in the end, equality isn't a document to sign, it's a covenant written not in ink, but in the choices we make every day. Thank you.